First one just got here. Using an I-Rod, Marty Stone Cold Square Bill with Sunline 16-pound test fluorocarbon, Shimano Curado. And this is a Kelly Jordan flat side. It's called a KJ Flat, made by Lucky Craft. And has a real tight wobble for colder water. That's what you want. Not all the time, as I proved the other day with the Fat RC 1.5 and 2.5, but today, there's the first one. Now, this is one of the smaller fish that I've caught in a while here. We've caught nothing but 4, 5, and 6 pounders the last time, so maybe the fish are turning on. I'd much rather catch a small one right away that's real active. It's a good sign, I think. So
well,
we'll see what happens.
That took me quite some time to figure this out, didn't it? Yeah. They have not hit anything under the sun. It's got some weight to it, even though it's short. This is a Terminator, Oklahoma spinnerbait, imitating a shad. And that's using the I-Rod and medium heavy action 7-foot Shimano Curado. But this was really tough. We've been working every area where the bass should be, along with another boat that pretty much knows what he's doing, and they just won't hit for anything. The front has now finally moved through. There's no rain, the sun's starting to come out, and I said, man, they've got to hit a slow-rolled spinnerbait. That's what they hit in the winter. A slow-rolled Oklahoma or Colorado blade spinnerbait, they'll hit it if you put it in the right spots. I said, well, I'm not giving up. You know, we've thrown super spots and jerk baits, pointers, just everything under the sun, different size jigs and football jigs and flat side crankbaits and 2.5s and 1.5s, and we just cannot get them. And I threw this Terminator in here and just slow rolled it down off the docks around the turn. Bang, he hit it, and he didn't even hit it really hard. It kind of felt like you were hooked on a branch, and then it didn't get it. And then I just kept turning slowly, and then it felt like that again, and I just kind of stopped it, and that's when he sucked it in and I let him have it. But wow, boy, it's tough. There we go. There's Brian's now. God, it's a little bit better. I'll tell you, it's been a tough day. It really has. It's been really rough.
It's been about 10 minutes since we caught the first one. Seems like they might be turning on now. Sun's coming out, wind's dying down. Might be just that time.
Yeah, and that was on a Cotton Cordell Super Spot up in the shallows.
Yep, I'm throwing it on my I-Rod, Fred's crank launcher, and Sunline Reaction FC.
Cool. All right, let's get it back and get some. Tell them about this day so far, Brian, what it's been like, what we really have thrown and what we've done and where we did it.
We've actually done irregular things. So this morning we came out, we threw square bills, flat sides, threw a chatterbait, I slow rolled a HUD. Now we're moving on to our super spots and spinner baits, and that's the only thing we've actually been able to catch anything on. And there's been no pattern to anything. We've caught them right out of the dying pads or right off the laydowns and right near the docks. There hasn't been any particular pattern to anything.
Right, and we threw jigs too. We threw different jigs, the dirty jigs with different trailer. We threw jerk baits.
I threw a jerk bait. I threw a Lucky Craft pointer, and then I threw just a Piz Customs one. Yeah. And I'm no luck on either.
They're just, and it's funny because the water temperature has done nothing but rise for 3 days.
Yeah, and the sun's out now. It should be still warm.
The weathermen were totally wrong. The wind came up to 10 to 15 miles an hour, and it looked like it was just going to be like gale force winds, like they said, and just hell. And then all of a sudden, it just died right down, and it's just warm and sunny, and
pretty much. It was 40s this morning. 10-mile-per-hour winds. They predicted gale force winds all day. Now the sun is out and there's barely a breeze.
It's just, I don't know, and they're just not hitting. They just like, you've really got to force a strike. I mean, it's tough.
Another gentleman out here today, he knows all of his stuff, and he rolled out because he wasn't catching a thing.
And he throws like little shaky heads and grubs.
Yeah, we're watching. He was throwing shaky heads, grubs, small stuff. He was working the shorelines like us, and No, not catching anything.
All right, we got to get out of here. It's almost dark. Man, it was rough. We'll see what happens again tomorrow. It's supposed to warm up again later next week. It's going to be freezing cold tomorrow, so I don't know. We'll see what we can do and maybe get out again one more time this weekend and next week on the Upper Bay. Hopefully before it's time to put the boat away for the winter. So don't forget, stop in the forums and see us. Check out our free baits offer. We've got our 25 days of Christmas sale. And for Steve Von Brandt and Brian Colby down here in Lower Delaware, we'll see you next time now.
From Amistad to Toho, doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water